The year is 79 AD. In the heart of Pompeii, life unfolds as it has for generations. Citizens gather in the Forum. Merchants argue over prices. Gladiators prepare for combat as thousands cheer from the stands. Wine flows. Deals are made. The city feels alive. No one knows that within minutes, everything will be erased. Suddenly, the ground begins to tremble. A thunderous roar echoes across the Bay of Naples. Mount Vesuvius has awakened. A towering column of ash explodes into the sky, blotting out the sun. Streets darken. Buildings shake. Pompeii's final hours have begun. But this story is not only about destruction. It is about life, about how people lived, worked, celebrated, and built one of the most remarkable cities of the Roman world. For this video, I spent over a month recreating Pompeii in detailed 3D, allowing us to walk through a city frozen in time, buried beneath volcanic ash for nearly 2,000 years. The arena of blood and glory. We begin with Pompeii's Gladiator Amphitheater, hidden for centuries beneath ash and debris. Archaeologists uncover one of the oldest surviving stone amphitheaters in history, built more than 140 years before Rome's Colosseum. This was no ordinary arena. Here, enslaved men were forced to fight for survival, yet some became legends. Figures like the freeborn gladiator Marcus Attilius and enslaved fighter Celadus were celebrated across the empire. Their names have been found etched on walls from Rome to France and even England. Crowds roared for their champions, much like fans at a modern football match. But unlike today's sports, defeat here often meant death. The arena measured 135 meters long and 104 meters wide and could hold up to 20,000 spectators, nearly double Pompeii's population. A retractable awning provided shade, while strict seating rules reinforced Roman social hierarchy. Elites in front, freeborn men in the middle, and women and the poor seated high above. Events lasted all day. Mornings began with exotic animals, starved, enraged, forced into combat. Executions followed, enforcing the city's harshest laws. And as evening fell, the main event began. Man against man, steel against flesh. In 59 AD, a violent riot erupted between Pompeii and a neighboring city, spilling from the arena into the streets. The aftermath was so severe that Emperor Nero banned gladiator games in Pompeii for 10 years. The Forum, Pompeii's beating heart. Across the city stood the Forum, the center of political, religious, and economic life. Here, Pompeians worshipped their gods, bought food, and conducted business. For temples dominated the space, including the Temple of Jupiter, ruler of the Roman gods, towering over the northern end. Markets flanked the Forum. Vegetables and fruit were sold to the west, fresh meat to the east. At the center of the largest market, archaeologists discovered a mysterious circular structure. Soil samples later revealed traces of fish, evidence of Pompeii's seafood market. At the southern end stood the city's administrative buildings. Though Rome was ruled by an emperor, Pompei elected local leaders. Though only freeborn Roman men could vote, and imperial authority always had the final word. The Forum's most impressive structure was a basilica, Pompeii's town hall and courtroom. Flooded with natural light, it hosted trials, assemblies, and public gatherings. Its architectural design would later inspire Christian churches across Europe. Luxury in daily life. Pompeians loved comfort, wine, and luxury. The wealthy lived in elegant Roman houses designed to impress. Slaves guarded entrances. Shops opened directly onto the streets. Floor mosaics greeted guests, some welcoming, others warning. Beware the dog. Inside, open roof halls collected rainwater in shallow pools, cooling the air and supplying water for daily use. Bedrooms were small, shared by families and slaves alike. Offices allowed homeowners to manage business affairs. Private courtyards offered quiet retreat, while kitchens bustled with enslaved labor. Dining rooms reflected Roman excess. Guests reclined on angled couches, eating slowly while conversing for hours. Homes were status symbols, and none rivaled the House of Fawn, covering over 3,000 square meters and boasting its own private bath complex with heated rooms. Life of the working class. Not everyone lived in luxury. Most Pompeians lived in apartment blocks, some rising 5 stories high. Shops, taverns, and restaurants occupied ground floors, while families crowded into modest rooms above. These buildings offered little comfort, but provided shelter for workers, travelers, and traders passing through the city. Wine, perfume, and craftsmanship. Wine was essential to daily life, consumed during meals and throughout the day. In villas across Pompeii, archaeologists discovered preserved grape presses. Workers crushed grapes by foot before using large wooden presses powered by levers and screws to extract every drop. The wine was stored underground and aged for nearly a year before being sold in markets or served in taverns. Perfume production was another local luxury. Craftsmen pressed their own oils using specialized machines, blending olive oil or rare imported Bolanos oil with herbs, flowers, and spices. Wall paintings even show customers testing fragrances on their wrists, proof that luxury and personal style mattered deeply to the Pompeians. Water, Rome's greatest engineering feat. Perhaps Pompeii's greatest luxury was fresh running water. The city had at least 42 public fountains, freely accessible to all. Water flowed through streets, keeping them clean, and even reached private homes through lead pipes. This system was powered by the Aqua Augusta, one of the most ambitious aqueducts in the Roman Empire. Stretching nearly 96 kilometers, it supplied water to 8 cities using gravity alone. Water entered Pompeii at its highest point, where engineers divided it into multiple pipelines. A network of water towers regulated pressure, ensuring steady flow across the city despite drastic elevation changes. It was a masterpiece of ancient engineering. The end of Pompeii. Then everything stopped, ash darkened the sky. Roofs collapsed. Earthquakes shattered buildings. For 2 days, scorching waves of ash and toxic gas surged through the streets. About 10,000 people escaped. At least 2,000 did not. One witness survived, Pliny the Younger, who described the ash cloud rising like a towering pine tree and the terror that followed. Centuries later, archaeologists uncovered hollow spaces beneath the hardened ash. By filling them with plaster, they revealed the final moments of Pompeii's victims. Frozen in time. Most died from suffocation. Some were killed instantly by heat reaching over 520 degrees Celsius. Others were crushed beneath collapsing buildings. Pompeii vanished in hours, but its story endured for millennia. Thank you for watching, and consider subscribing for more stories lost to time.